Because the thing is, the more you try to force things, the more you try to make things work, that comes from a place of fear. That comes from a place of not really believing that it'll happen unless you make it happen yourself. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominique Davis, also known as Brown and Bendy, and here on this channel we practice flexibility of the mind, the body, and the spirit. Today, I want to have a really simple talk. Real simple, real foundational stuff. This video, I want to talk about the one thing that you never have to do to manifest your desires. And if you find yourself doing this, something's not adding up. That one thing that you never have to do, and this is so important, you never ever have to force it. Never. Let's talk about it. Really early on my spiritual journey, my ego was super duper dominant. Sometimes it still is. It's a journey, and we're all learning and we're all at different places. At the beginning of my journey though, my ego was super duper dominant, and it was the driving force behind all of my thoughts. I truly believed that I had the power to control the circumstances that would get me from point A to point B. I thought that I was doing everything myself. I thought that I was responsible for making everything happen myself. I thought, hey, spirituality is about being grateful for the fact that we live in this world where we can manifest anything we want. I'm down with that. But I took on the responsibility of manifesting everything myself. I thought that, hey, it must just be a puzzle. We'll get to that later. My initial thought was, hey, it must just all be a puzzle that I'm supposed to figure out, and I'm game. I can figure it out. But as time went on and I learned more and I observed more, I realized that though I do have a responsibility when it comes to manifesting my desires, the circumstances that will allow me to get to my desire are completely out of my control. And as long as I clarify the vibration that I want to be at, the universe will never disappoint. The universe never disappoints in general. But as long as I am aware of the vibration that I want to be at, the universe will deliver me just that. My job is to only understand how I want to feel. The universe does everything else. So by not knowing this, when I was at the beginning part of my journey, I was trying to make so much happen. I was trying to make so much happen here in this 3D reality. I was trying to force circumstances so that I could make more money and have more friends and be more popular. I was trying to do physical, concrete things to move my dreams physically closer to me. And what I was actually doing was pushing everything I wanted away. Early in my journey, I had no concept of flow. I didn't know how important flow was, and now it's my way of life. In my opinion, flow is just acting on the things that bring you further into alignment. Honestly, just acting from a place of love, speaking from a place of love. Coming from a place of love allows me to stay in a pretty consistent flow state, not really having to do much outside of my personality, if that makes sense. Can you relate to being in a situation that makes you uncomfortable, being in a situation that you really wouldn't want to be in? So to feel protected, your ego may convince you to act in a way that you don't feel fairly represents your personality and who you want to be. Yeah. So by falling into a flow state, I find that I never find myself in situations where I have to come outside of myself. I never find myself in situations where I have to defend my character, or I never really find myself in situations where I have to defend my beliefs. I used to all the time, but now I never do. And I think that's really from falling into a flow state and allowing my life that makes me happiest to be brought to me through my intentions. Because the thing is, the more you try to force things, the more you try to make things work, that comes from a place of fear. That comes from a place of not really believing that it'll happen unless you make it happen yourself. Fear is not love. So by trying to make things happen, by trying to force it, you're actually pushing everything away. When if you just had faith in the universe's love for you, genuine faith, faith that raises your vibration, you can see everything be brought to your doorstep. This is so important. If something, this is so important. And I was so hard-headed and I didn't want to learn this for the longest time, but eventually I did learn. If something is not naturally flowing into your life, it's not because you don't deserve it. And it's not because that desire is just too good for your life. If something isn't naturally flowing into your life, it's because you personally have a subconscious block that doesn't align with that desire. That's it. So I want to talk about a couple of examples. These are just examples. If they don't resonate, it's all good. Just an example. So let's say that you have a job and all you want is a job that you like, but this job, it'll be the death of you. You hate it. Maybe you have a subconscious belief that jobs are supposed to be hard. So because you believe that jobs are supposed to be hard, you can feel as though you have to keep working, you have to keep forcing it, you have to keep working this job that is hard for you, because maybe you think that's the only way that you can get to a job that you like. I don't know. Sometimes we break down our subconscious beliefs and we're just like, what was I thinking? Another example could be relationships. Every relationship you had could have had a lot of drama, could have had a lot of turmoil. Maybe you have a subconscious belief that suggests that relationships are supposed to be hard, relationships are supposed to be drama. So when you're in the relationship, you are forcing it with a person who brings you all this drama, who brings you all this strife, because that's just what you believe that a relationship is. And even though it doesn't feel good, even though it takes so much effort, because you have a belief that relationships are supposed to be hard, you just stick it out because you just think that's how life is. This last example is a real one because I see it everywhere and it makes me kind of sad. But let's talk about material possessions. Let's say that you have a subconscious belief that material possessions will make you like your life more. So you force yourself to make enough money to pay a car note for a nice enough car. You force yourself to make enough money to live in the type of home or apartment that you think will get you others' approval, that you think that will make your life nicer. You think that physical things can make your life better. So you force yourself to have the circumstances to afford these things. But while you're forcing yourself to make enough money or whatever else you do to get these things, you can be missing so many more opportunities that life is bringing to you so that you can be abundant, but not in a way that feels so forced. What I've been learning, and it's so beautiful and it's so cool, what I've really been learning is that life is literally like a puzzle. My nose itched, I'm sorry. Life is like a puzzle. And at the beginning of your spiritual journey, it might seem like a jigsaw puzzle. It might seem like there are literally 1,000 different pieces, and your end goal, your huge thing that you're trying to manifest and the big desire that you have for yourself, that can be the big picture. But it can feel like there are all these little pieces that you have to put together to get to that big picture. But the simplicity of understanding that you are worthy of whatever you want in this world, oh my God, that is so freeing. Knowing that you deserve whatever you want and no one can define that for you but you, that is such a freeing feeling. And once you understand that, you can start bringing everything back to love because nothing else really matters. The only time we ever feel anger or jealousy or rage is when we feel threatened, when we feel like we're not going to get what we want. So when we understand that what is ours will always be meant for us, There's no reason to feel a lot of those lower vibrational emotions. There's no reason to feel as though because of fear, you have to make things happen. It's not necessary. Look at the puzzle pieces as if are blocks. They are things that may be blocking you from your desire. Once we understand that everything is love and everything comes from a place of love, and love is what will propel us forward, it's a lot easier to look at our blocks and know that we can cure each one of our blocks by looking at them from a perspective of love. And each block that we work through is what gets us closer and closer to our desire, because each block that we get through allows our vibration to rise. At one point, life might have felt like a jigsaw puzzle, but I swear, through spirituality and growing and learning about the real rules of reality and our relationship with everyone else, and learning that we are all one, a big complicated jigsaw puzzle can literally just become like one of those 7-piece puzzles that are meant for toddlers. Life is that simple, but we have to take responsibility and understand that as humans, we are the ones who complicate it. Through spirituality and through elevating our vibration, you can learn that everything will flow to you through having a base, a foundation of love, and having a foundation of faith. Those are the 2 things you need. Those are the only 2 things you need to ensure that everything will flow to you in due time. And the most beautiful part about it, in ways that we cannot predict, our lives will fit together like a puzzle piece. Areas of our lives that once caused us so much darkness, so much pain, so much aggravation that made us question everything will fall into place by simply allowing it to. By simply allowing that part of our life to teach us what it was meant to teach us, and then let go and to flow into new parts of our lives so that we can learn new lessons and grow in even new, beautiful ways. The last thing I want to say is that even though it is not necessary to ever force anything, I have to add that action requires intention. You're not going to get anything done if you don't take action. Always take action, but do not take blind action. Do not do just to do, just because you think this is what I'm supposed to be doing. When you make the decision to focus your energy on doing something, that energy only has to have intention. Once you put intention behind your energy, that is what gets the wheels of your manifestation going. I promise. Figure out your intention and focus your energy. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up so that people know that it was valuable and that they should watch it. Also, if you'd like me to expand on anything I talked about in this video, just let me know in the comment box below and I will be happy to talk to you. And last but not least, please make sure that you're subscribed so you can be around for my next video. Bye!